My name is Lori Brown, and Semper Fi completed a two-part project for my sister and me. One part was to update an older bathroom that was kind of stuck in the 1980s. The second project was to remove an older cement patio and put a Trex decking patio that included a roof and covering. So when we first started looking for a contractor to work on our home update projects, one of the concerns we had was, could a contractor work within the confines of our HOA requirements? We have several requirements when a home is undergoing any sort of remodel process, and we needed to make sure that a contractor could read those guidelines, abide by them, communicate well with us. The second concern we had was that we wanted to make sure that we chose a contractor that had experience. When you're getting ready to spend a larger chunk of money on a large home remodel, then you want to make sure that it is going to someone who really knows how to do the work well. So, two of the primary reasons why we chose Semper Fi to do the work for us were because of recommendations from other people and the positive reviews and experiences that people had had with the company, and secondly, their level of expertise. I and my neighbors have often had situations where maybe we've hired people to do shorter term jobs and maybe they don't show up. And so anytime you're hiring someone to come and work in your house for many weeks, you want to make sure that they know what they're doing and that they will show up and that they have the expertise to do things well. And so at the end of the day, knowing that Semper Fi had completed other great projects for other clients and that they did what they said they would do was top of our list for choosing them as our contractor. So when we think about the early steps of the process, in the earliest phases of communication, I was impressed that when RJ and the team came out, including a designer, to really look at the two projects we were considering. And at first, the project that we had in mind was a little bit larger than what we ended up settling on for various reasons. And so instead of trying to force us in one direction or another, they just listened to us. They took lots of measurements. They looked at all the options, and then they made it very clear that while we were the client and they wanted to serve our needs, they would make recommendations that they thought would benefit us or would be healthiest for our home. And I really appreciated that level of professionalism, especially in those earliest phases, because we had not paid them to come out. They were just kind of looking to see if we were a good fit. And that was greatly appreciated. So once we had signed a contract, which went very smoothly and easily, I have to say I really appreciated that contract meeting at the main offices because they walked us through every single phase of the project, how we would communicate, how we would use the online portal to make decisions related to the project and to communicate well with the entire team. I just left the main offices after signing that contract, feeling comfortable and feeling like we had made a good choice. So once the team came out and introduced us to our project manager, Kenny, who proved to be incredibly professional and very knowledgeable, we were able to then start rolling with the project several weeks later. And what I was most impressive throughout the project was the fact that if they said a contractor was going to show up on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., then typically the contractor showed up at Tuesday morning at 8:55 a.m. We could always depend on their people to show up when they said they would show up and complete projects well. And they kept our house as neat and clean as possible, despite sometimes using drills and saws and other pieces of equipment that could have generated much dirt. So as we completed the remodeled bathroom, I think the thing that stunned me the most was just how beautifully crafted our new walk-in shower was. We had a very traditional bathtub, and that was quite old. And so we wanted the ease of a walk-in shower and to see the craftsmanship that went into putting the tile on the walls and the cutting of the glass doors. It looked like it had just always been there in that bathroom, and yet it changed the entire look and feel of our home main bathroom to looking very modern. For the outside patio area, I was just stunned at the way that the new roof over the patio actually just merged seamlessly with our current house roof. And so it didn't even look like an add-on. It looked like that brand new covered patio had always been a part of the house. And all of our neighbors were raving to us about, how did you do that? That looks so great. I would highly recommend Semper Fi to family and friends and neighbors. In fact, I have already recommended Semper Fi to many of my neighbors who maybe have home update projects in mind. And the reason that I would highly recommend them is because, first, they practice just a high level of high quality craftsmanship. Second, they did what they said they would do. And most importantly, they were just easy to communicate with. It made the process easier by knowing we could reach out any day, at any time, via text, phone, email, whatever it was, and we could get quick answers if we needed them. But they anticipated problems so rapidly before I even had a chance to think about any problems that could exist, that everything ran smoothly. I would say the thing that really sets Semper Fi apart in the whole remodel sector is that this is their specialization. As they told us very, very early in the process, this is where they focus. They're not kind of distracted by this notion of some remodel and some new builds, but they have specialized in the craft of helping to update your home, whether that's an outside patio, a bathroom, a kitchen, a closet, whatever it may be. And so the fact that they brought years of experience and professionalism to the table, you just don't always find that with contractors, or you may find highly skilled contractors, but maybe they don't know how to communicate well about what they're going to do in your home. And the fact that Semper Fi could communicate well, complete the work professionally, complete it at a very high standard to where everything was working as it should be working without fault, was just incredible. And I would say that definitely sets them apart, both in Western North Carolina and the broader Carolinas region. I would say the best part of our experience working with Semper Fi would be our communication with our project manager, Kenny. He was very professional, very knowledgeable. He was present when he needed to be present. He responded to our questions or inquiries just as quickly as we sent them to him. If he was on site somewhere else, he would immediately get back to us. He stayed laser focused on the project, and there was just a trust level there that I could walk away from my home and leave him or the crews he had brought with him, and that things would be done as they said they would be done. There was a high level of trust with our project manager, with our designer, and with the whole team. So when I think about the Semper Fi culture, I think the first word that comes to mind is collaborative. They know how to communicate well, and they truly believe in being a team player with the homeowner. It's not this mindset of, well, let us tell you what you should do in your house, but it's the other way around. Tell us what you envision, what is your dream for your home, and then let us see how we can come and be a part of that. And I really appreciate that about the company. One of the things that I really appreciated about the entire process was the ease of use of the web-based platform. So we had a project platform that allowed us to see what decisions had to be made at any given point in time related to the project. What was the due date? How much money was budgeted for that part of the project? And because we were working closely with Tamara, one of the designers, we were able to say, okay, if we have budgeted, say, $2,000 for these fixtures, and we're looking at fixtures that may cost $3,000, where do we do some give and take in the budget around that? Where else do we reduce our expenditures to fit this other choice? And so the designers and the project manager, they were all able to help us say, well, have you thought about this or consider this? And we could do those messages instantly through the web-based portal, which was great. Or we could just pick up the phone and call if that's what we needed to do. So I appreciated how easy the communication was around the entire project.